We are here backstage at the 30th anniversary of the Helstar fucking celebration at Warehouse Live. Look who's with me, the main man, Mr. Larry Barragan. Larry, how you doing tonight?
Doing well, man. Little jittery, but you know, we're gonna kill it tonight for sure, man.
You're jittery. I'm jittery. I'm having a great time here. I can't believe Helstar's been a part of my life and many fans' lives for a long time. I can just imagine how you feel.
It's been a blur, man. Actually, I mean, you know, when you asked me earlier, like how many official releases, I said we started counting like nine. That's a lot, you know. And then we just, like I said, you know, it's just that train keeps rolling, man. And I'm gonna do this as long as I can. Actually, I'm thinking that what I'll end up doing is retire, and then I'll just do Helstar full time again.
Tell Melton to bring in that teacher salary to support you guys.
Right. That's
all good.
Wow, that's what it's all about.
That's every man's dream.
Right. I know, man.
No, just real quick, tonight, you know, you guys are going to go on in about an hour and a half. I've seen the set list. I don't, you know, and by the time people see this, you know, they will have already seen the show, so we're not spoiling anything. You guys really pulled a couple of tracks from almost every record. I was pleasantly surprised even to see the track from Multiples of Black.
Yeah, that was the track that Rob wrote originally, and
Rob Trevino,
and he left the band right before Multiples was recorded, and then Dave Elson went in and they did some tweaking to it, and they changed basically what he wrote. So when we said, hey, we're going to do one song off Multiples, we'll do Good Day to Die, it was like, okay, but let's do it the way Rob wrote it. And so the original way, which is much heavier, and I think everybody's going to be pleasantly surprised with the way it came out. You know, I am. You know, I think it fits in the set just like a glove, man.
I'm really excited to hear that myself, because of course I don't think anybody out there aside from the band has ever heard the original version unless they saw the band live.
No, yeah, you're right. It was.
How many years ago was that?
Oh man, don't give me the lie, man. Don't give me the lie. But it's been a while, and I think the actual demo I got is just like a rehearsal tape. You know, Rob had an MP3 of it. Of the rehearsal of Good Day to Die, and we're like, oh man, that's much heavier. I like the drums on it and everything. Like, well, let's work on that. So we changed some stuff up here and there, but for the most part, you know, it's got the same structure and chorus and everything. It's going to sound the same, but different at the same time. You know?
Different tuning and stuff.
Well, definitely different tuning, because we like to tune a whole step low now because it's just heavier and. You know, it's just easier for everybody, you know, and I just like the way it sounds, you know.
Okay, so how did you guys come together with the actual 20-song set? Did someone get knocked out in that fight, or what happened there?
No, actually, what we were doing, let's see, let's wait for that door to close.
Close the fucking door!
Actually, what we did was, instead of letting everybody, like, hey, make a set list, because then it'd be like so many chiefs and no Indians, you know, Rob and James and I said, okay, how about these songs? And then we just started manipulating them, and then we said, well, how about like 3 from each album to like a good representation? And then it turned in like, wow, man, this is like 19 songs. And like, hey, man, what about that one Good Day to Die? Like, okay, that makes it an even 20. But then there was songs that like, Mikey actually suggested that we do Toward the Unknown. And so we're like, oh, man, we hadn't done that one in a long time. And we had shied away from it because we just felt like it didn't fit in the set. But now, after doing it, it's like, yeah, it's really good. You know, it fits in well. And I think when we go to Europe this year, later on this year, we'll be doing a lot of those songs that we hadn't played. To Sleep or Chance to Scream, I haven't done that one in forever. And that one's really... It's a really a good song. It's very hard to play. Yeah, very hard to play. You know, so you know, I'm pretty sure when we play that song, I don't think anybody's going to be moving around too much. Besides, James is going to have to run around because everybody's just going to be like, okay, you know, let's do this right. And then with the live recording, you got one shot, so it's like, okay.
I got here early today, so I've had a chance to kind of run around and kind of, you know, this, you know, being from San Antonio, there's a lot of metal people here that, you know, as far as the people here in the crowd here that, you know, are big fans of the band. But I was telling, talking to you before we started rolling, I can imagine how special it is for you guys, because you guys have family here. I know that your mom is here, your wife's here, your daughter's here. So it's a very special commemorative evening. How do you feel about, everybody coming together and really celebrating your life's kind of work and the achievements that you guys have accomplished in this long time?
You hit the nail right on the head, man. I mean, James actually said when we clear out the room, it's just going to be us in here, and then we'll reflect on it. And he said, man, I got a feeling we're all going to be crying or whatever. And I was like, nah, I don't think so. But my mother even said, hey, I'll be there, and I'm going to have my tissues for sure. And I was kind of got a giggle out of that. But for sure she was. She knows it's going to be emotional for everybody. Like, oh man, I remember when this started. So.
And your sister's gonna be. I was Facebooking with your sister. Yeah. She's like, I'm gonna bring mom. She's coming.
Yeah.
I just gotta get her home.
Yeah. I mean, we come from a long line of partiers, so for sure, she's got to get her home.
The only person missing is your abuelita from home.
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna be 100 next month. Wow. So she actually said, I wouldn't mind going. I was like, no. I don't think so. Not this time.
Don't worry, abuela. We're gonna have it on tape.
It's gonna be DVD. You can watch it in the comfort of your 3D TV. So yeah, I mean, like you said, we're gonna relish it. I think, and I think we're proud, and rightfully so. This not many bands get to do 9 albums and still kind of be relevant and go to Europe and do tours and have a lot of people show up for your shows. I mean, we're lucky, man. We're blessed that we've been able to have a legacy like this,
And I'll be the first, and maybe the first of many, to say that the reason that you have continued to be relevant and have persevered worldwide as a heavy metal band is just because of just the great songwriting. Helstar has always delivered great records, and I think there was a little apprehension maybe after the initial reunion in 2006, like people were saying, like, Helstar's last record was kick-ass, is King of Hell gonna be that kick-ass? And it was amazing, and Glory of Chaos was amazing. So you guys are just great writers.
Well, I mean, to quote the late great Dimebag, our approach has always been all killer, no filler. That's what Dime used to say, and that was the approach that we've always had too. It's like, man, I don't want to do something where it's like, oh yeah, those 2 songs were really good on that album. We try to take our time, and the integrity is paramount for us. So, and I kind of feel like it's like that for a lot of the Texas bands too. I mean, go back and you listen to, S.A. Slayer and Watchtower and Militia, all those guys, man, all their music was badass. And it wasn't just, that one good song, Carrion, all those bands. That whole time when it all started in Texas, I mean, I'm just surprised that it weren't more bands that got signed and lasted, It was,
and I think the ironic part is that you guys were the first and have lasted the longest.
yeah, man. Just luck, I guess, man. I mean, I don't know, but like I said, we're lucky, we're blessed, man, that we've been able to do it for so long and still have that integrity. That when James says, hey, we're gonna start writing a new album, let's get to work. It's like, let's get to work, and that doesn't sound good. Don't do that. And let's make it heavier, let's do this or whatever. And we kind of want to keep it evolving as well. Want to keep doing, I don't want to do Nosferatu Part 2 or, King of Hell Part 2 or Glory of Chaos Part 2. I think every album has had its own soul, and, it just progresses and it keeps morphing into something else. And I think that's what helps us as well, is that we're not just rehashing old songs like, oh, that sounds like something off that album, So, I mean, that's definitely something that we take pride in as well. Is that, like, none of our albums sound the same,
And along those lines, I mean, many people would agree with me out there that Glory of Chaos was like their most extreme record in their whole catalog. I mean, you guys were doing like heavy, brutal stuff. James was singing like this very deathy style on like Alma Negra, and so it was a very extreme record, but yet maintained the elements of Helstar.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as long as James is in it and as long as I'm in it, I think, you know, and I'm not being, you know, egotistical or arrogant. I hope I don't come off that way. But as long as you have those two entities in this band, I think that it's going to sound like Helstar, you know. And that's and I think that's when you listen to multiples, it's why it's kind of like it doesn't quite sound like Helstar. You know, I wasn't on it, and you know the style had changed. You know, so. But now that we're both together, I mean, you know, now it's been, you know, like what, 5 years now. So
it's 2006, almost.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
A long time now. Now, as I look behind us, I see your guitars there. Your Jasckson. Everyone knows you're endorsed by Jasckson. I was going to ask you this off camera. Like, since it's the 30-year anniversary, we're commemorating the long history of Helstar, whether you were going to pull out some of your old guitars, because you have some old memorable guitars. You know, my favorite is the Pinhead Robin guitar you used to play, but you have the Skull Robin, you have like all these other guitars you used to play. Did that ever cross your mind?
No. I mean, no, I'm just, I mean, you're under contract. You're not gonna screw up a deal with Jasckson Guitar.
We're recording it too.
You know? Oh yeah.
The reps from Jasckson are gonna see it.
Oh, I don't think they're endorsed anymore. You know, like
You're gonna get a letter in the mail.
Right.
Congratulations on the DVD. You're not with Jasckson anymore.
Yeah.
But where are all your old guitars?
I have some at home. A couple are in storage. But you know, some of them are. I have one. It's a 1978 BC Rich Bitch 10-string guitar that it sits under my bed in the case and just does not get opened. It's just sitting there waiting for me to die so that my kids can sell it for, you know, $100.
One of my old favorite guitars was the offset Jasckson, the black with the white outline that you played during the 12th Night of Christmas DVD. I've asked you about the guitar. You're like, Rob, I sold it to somebody. Whoever out there bought that guitar from Larry, be sure to contact us. Yeah, we want it back. I think we had a long discussion about the guitar back then.
Yeah, that guy's not to sell it to me, man. You know, that's cool. You know, you win some, you lose some, man.
Great, Larry. Oh man, it's always a pleasure talking to you. We're all giddy tonight. Can you tell people we're giddy? We're giddy.
I'm happy, man. I'm not even stoned or nothing, man.
No drinks are flowing just yet. But hey, I'm here to celebrate, have a good time. I know it's going to be amazing, and I'm so glad that you guys are recording this for the DVD for the whole world to see and experience it later on this year. So really quick, as we end out, when do you anticipate that the DVD is going to be out?
I think it's going to be a September release, I think. Cool. You know? So,
cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
All right, well remember everybody, the DVD is going to be out later this year. Be sure to go look for it live from here in Houston, the 30-year anniversary of Helstar.